What's up, everybody? We are back, episode 173, and man, it feels good to be back. When he was giving me the countdown to do the announcement and everything, I was like, I don't even remember how to do this. It's been it's been so long. I'm not sure how long it's been. So this episode, it's a Tuesday. We're doing a catch up. We're gonna just kind of talk and see what's going on with each other because I've been busy. Bobby's been busy. We haven't been really communicating much. I was out of the country. Bobby was flying all over the place and in the different time zones. So it was hard to kind of catch up. And we're gonna see each other, I guess, Sunday. I fly in Sunday. Bobby, you fly in Sunday, right? Or are you doing
I fly.
early morning?
I fly on Monday. Well,
Oh,
I,
okay.
I haven't picked my flight yet. I'm gonna look tomorrow.
You should arrive to Miami when I arrive. Then we could share an Uber. That'd be the way to go. I'm hoping some sprinkler inspectors get in the chat tonight. I got a question. Came up today
Sorry, I'm
during
trying to
lunch.
post right now. I'm kind of distracted. Also, I don't mean to interrupt you. There's just been a stray cat poking around, and I may have just trapped him. My wife said.
Yeah?
Yeah, so I'm
What did
gonna
you use to trap them?
just like a friendly. I forget what they call them.
Like one of the cages?
Just your typical. Yeah. Put a.
What are you gonna do with it? Make compound?
No, 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 no. We're cat people.
With some
I like the idea of the outdoor cat. I have cameras at the chicken coop, and so it's been taking care of the mice. Let me just post this so then I
No,
can
the
post. I don't
outdoor
mean to
cats, like if
derail
you
you.
get good cats that work, those are great. Great to have around.
Boom. Click here. We are live. Listen to Brian Blabber. No, I'm just kidding.
So have you been doing like back-to-back work weeks?
I mean, I don't get like a week off. Like I work.
Well, I know. I'm talking about in the field. Back-to-back in the field days.
Yeah, it was just to close out that one job. I had to close out a job, and we just had to like stick it out till we got it done. It was like
Yeah,
I could have
sometimes
I
it's
could have
like
flown
that.
home for the
Sometimes you're just like
weekend, and
exhausted.
and then
I've
I
done
would have
some
had to
late
just
nights
I would
where
have
it's
just had to
like, oh, I
fly
just gotta
back, you
get
know what I
done.
mean? Like work a little, and then I would have just had to fly right back. So it was like I just stuck it out, got it done. Yeah, I did some long time out in New Mexico, but got fucked out there. Yo, Tommy, what up? Garrick, Daryl, thank you guys for joining. Don't forget to hit the like button. If you haven't already, please subscribe. I see 7 viewers. Thank you to the 7 people watching us on a Tuesday night at 9 o'clock. Appreciate you. Episode 173? 173. I don't know if you said that.
173. Yeah, yeah. So
We're
talking about like staying and getting it done, that
we have one
reminds
minute.
me, oh man, here we go. Um, I guess he's going to check on the cat or something.
Just
I
keep
mean, he
talking.
can
Just
wait. I
keep
mean,
talking. Just keep talking.
we're yeah, just keep talking. My co-host left. I don't know if you know this, but we don't have a guest, and I'm not like a vlogger. What do vloggers even talk about? Like, let me pull up the chat. That way we can do something. Freaking Bobby, just leave me.
I'm right here. You were about to start talking about something, and I waited until you were
Yeah,
about
yeah,
to
but
go
I was
off on
talking to
something.
you.
No, there's 8 people watching. You're talking to. I already know what you're about to say.
Yeah, but I'm not talking back
What's
to you
up,
have I don't think you've heard
everybody?
this.
You think that he would know how to talk to people for a second?
Jesus.
Like, hey, man, imagine if, like, I had to go to the bathroom really bad. Hey, brother, can you hold it down? I gotta go
Yeah, no,
take
no.
a.
Normally
I'm
we
gonna
have a
piss my
guest,
pants. No, I know,
you
but
know?
I would be able to just keep blabbering like I'm doing right now. I got you. You panicked. What are you doing? Googling something? I already know what you're about. Oh, I can hear myself. He's
Yeah,
Googling
I canceled
something. I canceled it. He's like, how to talk to people on YouTube.
it.
On YouTube. Yo, Chad, what up, dog? Derek Coburn. Chad is an inspector? Ask him something. No, Chad's an installer. Ask him, bro. Chad be installing that big shit. What's up, dog? Chad's the big foreman in Florida, and when we get a
Whoa. Hey,
service call,
we need to talk to NFPA.
when we get a service call,
Subscription has expired.
we be sending Becky.
Yo, get with your people, Bobby, over at
I
NFPA. Get
thought
our
you
links
were a
back.
salesman, Brian. You didn't even know how to talk to people. Brian's stories don't count if Bobby isn't there to listen with us, right? Hold on, can I? I'm gonna shut my door.
Yeah, yeah,
You,
yeah.
you
I
gonna be all
will
right?
all wait.
No, I don't. No,
Everybody,
no, no. I see. Look, I'll keep talking. I can keep entertaining as I shut the door, and then
don't
I can
trip
come
over
back. You
your
know what I mean?
boots.
Which one? Which pair? I'm almost ready for a new
All of
pair.
them. Jesus. Are you gonna keep them forever and then just pass them down to your boy?
Yeah, I was like, you know when you see people like on the corner and they're like begging for change,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna give them like, hey, he'd be like, here, I only wore these 40 times. Boom.
Just throw
You
it
know what
at
I mean?
them, you know?
Yeah, that's it. Size 10 and a half. Holler back. Yo, what up, Flo? You're late. I'm not calling you out though. Brian had a question for an inspector. Yeah, that's what I mean. You were about to say something, and then like I threw you off because I was gonna go check and see if I'm now at 5 cats instead of 4.
Yeah, and I'll hold the story for like later on.
You probably
You
already
know, the
forgot
story I
because
was
you
gonna
started
tell.
talking about cats. Dirt Cobain, what up, kid?
All right. So it's a hydrant testing question. Like, what is better, really? To test static cap and then flow it on one hydrant and then just that's where you get your reading from. Your 20% is lower if you do a single barrel, but outside of getting your 20% PSI, um, from a and B test, like which is really better? The A and B or the single testing because in NFPA, it tells you kind of like the A, B, C, D, whatever, keep continuation of that test to get the proper readings and stuff. But man, I see a lot of people, a lot of inspectors doing the single barrel testing, and then they say it's better. So I don't know. I was trying to get on the NFPA link to see if it's changed or any kind of additional literature was there. So we gotta talk to our people over at NFPA, get that thing going again so we can do some searches. But yeah, I want to get y'all's opinion, y'all's inspector's opinion, like single barrel or AB. Let's see here. You're talking to a guy that does over 400 hydrants a year. That's a lot. So that's
Oh
all his company
dang,
trusts him to do is
Daryl.
hydrants?
Can I give you an answer? I've never done one. I know what to do. Just open that son of a bitch wide. Just let it rip. Just let
Just
it
let it
rip.
rip.
Yeah, just spin it until it doesn't spin anymore. Let her have it, and
All right, Daryl. So
that's
you
it.
say A and B, but why? Why do you say that that's better? I mean, there has to be a reason, you know? More chicks will
Is
up the
that's
views.
your
That's
buddy, isn't
true.
it?
That's true. Huh?
That's your buddy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's my buddy.
What about Brian? Brian, like more shares. Like if you were to share it instead of making a comment, just as much time as it took you to type that, if you were to share it, that'd bring more views too. P. Rictus. What's up, Daryl? What's A and B? You know what comes after A and B? C. I was doing that with the apprentice. I was making lists. We were doing airlines. I did like A, B, C, D, E, F, G. But my airlines, then we were doing drains, and I started doing the alphabet backwards. XYZ. And then I would ask him what's next, and it was great. Then all of a sudden I think I started with numbers. I just started like randomly 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm like, write this number down, 7. Oh, it's a trip. It's a trip working with me. How many feet must a hydrant be installed from a building for required fire flow? Ooh, it's one of those easy ones. 100 feet. That's
100
true.
feet.
That's true, Rictus.
Yeah, I
100
could see
feet.
100
100 feet
feet. Something like
feels like a
that.
safe. 100 feet feels like a safe
Yes,
guess.
that seems like a safe answer.
You know, for a non-inspector type dude.
Right, right. Well, we know Chad does it. Chad done,
I've been around a lot of buildings, and
yeah,
you look around at that hydrant, and you're like, yeah, it's about 100 feet.
he's been studying and passing tests. Like he knows.
Chad's been doing install like straight. Chad's an install guy now. I'm turning him over.
Yeah, how's he liking that? How
I
you
don't know.
liking that, Chad?
He's gonna tell us right now. Chad, you want to come on? Anyone? If anyone wants to come on and give a live question or a live comment, just you know, say I, and then I'll send you a little thing, and then maybe I'll 1,000 feet.
1,000 feet.
Damn, Chad. But then when we're done with your question, I'm just gonna boot you. No hard feelings.
That's a while. That's a while. So I got some good news, and I want some feedback while our people's here. So this is gonna be like a Tuesday, just kind of like a hangout.
Yeah, we're
But
just we're back. We missed a couple. We were traveling. Brian got married. Congratulations, Brian.
thank you guys. Thank
None of you
you.
guys would have said that yet. Gosh,
Yeah, well, no one
good job, guys.
is that a thing here? Like
No, I
none
don't
of our
know.
guys care, you know?
He
No
loves install.
congratulations at all.
Yeah, it's install. Let's go. You know,
So
it's
we're building a dopeandtape.com, a website, which
whew.
we're really excited about it. So as you know, with Dope and Tape, we're not restricted. We don't uh we don't follow any kind of rules from like association to association. Like we are Dope and Tape and we belong to the industry.
Couple pipe
So
guys that are just making a website. We get to do whatever we want, right?
yeah,
But hold,
exactly.
but hold on, real
Exactly.
quick. So we just started. We're working on it and we're launching it. And Brian's really taking the realm, if we could be totally honest. But what did I do very early on, like 2 years ago? GoDaddy.com. I locked that shit.
GoDaddy.com.
I locked that shit down in case
Locked it
anybody wanted
in.
to try to be funny out there and try to, lock it down themselves. We had to buy it
That's
from
something that Daryl would do, you know,
the.
for sure.
Yo,
Try to
Chris.
sell it back to
Yo,
us.
Chris. What up, install gang? Listen,
What's up, Chris?
people think of install and they're thinking like they're ladder or this and that. No, no. These boys are 50 foot, hanging 8 inch. Branch lines are 3 inch. We're doing install. Some real shit. Let me see you on a scissor at 40 feet, hanging 8 inch,
Two
6 inch,
guys, one
3 inch,
website.
whatever you want. Go up there and put up a hanger. Let me see you go up there and put up 40 hangers. Two guys, one website. Yo, Flo. Yo, chill with that one. Install. Let's go.
So it's going to it's
Chad won't
gonna
answer.
follow a
Chad
lot
won't
of our
answer about
mission and
install.
vision.
He wants to be back. He wants to be back
Um,
inspecting.
like we'll have, for example, if you can picture in your mind the United States, right? And it's gonna be sectioned off into every state. And then each state will have like a number. So if you pick, let's say, Georgia, where I am, and there's a five on Georgia, there's five events.
That's the only
Or
state you
like,
know. That's the only
huh?
state. That's the only state you know to say. You couldn't
No, I
use it
mean,
in
I'm
any
just
other
giving
state.
examples. I haven't moved on. I just
All
said the
right.
best state in the United States, and then
Oh,
I'm gonna
give
move
me
on.
that shit. Get out of here.
Yeah.
10 inch. Chris says
So if
10
there's like
inch.
eight in Florida, six in Las Vegas, five in California, you could just click on your state and then you'll be able to see the events that are going on. Because like right now, I feel like you really had to go to
I feel
that
like you're
chapter's
loud.
website. You got to go over here. You got to know where the look and it's still kind of hard to find. Um,
Was that you?
what?
I don't know. I don't think that was my soundboard. Whatever. Just keep going. My bad.
Probably you. Probably screwing it up. So and then we're gonna do that. Which we push being involved in your associations, being involved in what's going on in fire protection, help recruit people, get people excited about fire protection. So that's kind of our idea of how that will work. And then since we don't have any, rules attached to us, NFSA, AFSA, NFPA, local chapters, everybody can come together on the one website. Um, and then on top of that, we will open up Discord where it's no longer a invite only, and we're gonna put that on the website for a link so we can probably get some more fitters all in the Discord. So we're doing that, and then also some places where people can post like I guess recent events or something
You
like
see
that.
Al? Yo, Brian's the guy. Brian's in there. He's the guy. GFSA needs to update their website more than once a year. All right, I'll have a. Let me. I'm on that, Al. Let me talk to the guy. Yo, Brian. You
Yeah.
should talk to GFSA. Tell them they should uh they should update their website more than once a year. Yo, what's up, Big
So
Country?
we're gonna have a contractor managing the website. So he or she is on any of the events that are uploaded, she's gonna review those. She's gonna answer questions that come in. She's gonna just kind of like
Are you
manage
Sigma?
it.
Is that like how are you Sigma?
I think it's a Sigma.
That's what I mean. I don't know. Trick question?
Oh,
I don't know.
hmm.
What's Sigma? I might be older than that.
Sigma?
Might be past that time. What's up, Soggy?
I don't know. Is that something I'm supposed to know? I mean,
I don't know. They want to know for Sigma. Yo, what's all right? What's Sigma? Yo, Chris. Yo, Chris, holler back. What's this guy asking me, Chris? Chris, what's this guy asking me? Yo, the website's gonna be lit. So, one of my favorite things that and I'm excited about is that like if you wanted to right now, when's AFSA, Brian? When and where is AFSA this year? I know it's like in October-ish sometime, but like
yeah,
and I
it's
have it locked down on my calendar, right? But then all right, so right after that, when and where is NFPA?
yeah. Well, you have to go to their website and you got
What
to search
about
for it. But
what
AFSA is
about
kind of hard to find.
what about NFSA?
Not the easiest. You got to go to their website.
What about all the
It's,
little random ones that are like about strung
now
about?
that's the problem. You got to go to all their individual websites.
All right,
And you just have to look for it.
so what
No,
if
instead
we
of one website.
had all that info on our website? That shit's gonna be lit. It'll be a Landon. This is someone that knows Landon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what Sigma.
I love the comments though. The comments are awesome. Just keep on running them up. Sigma, Sigma, Alpha, Meta, Beta. So what we're gonna do is that if you wanted to know, hey, what sprinkler events are going on and when and where are they this year? You could just go click on the he was talking about the United States. He kind of went off with his United States tangent, but basically you could say hover over a state and decide, oh, what events are here and when are they? Are you going to have a calendar on your website showing each week who's on the live show? That's another thing that will be a part of the calendar. You go to the calendar and you can see who's coming on the show. And so obviously that's going to take a lot of work. Well, that's why we got a
Yeah,
website guy.
yeah, that's so all this is being developed. Shout
Yeah.
out to Chris Cox.
Yep.
Um, he's helping us with this. He comes from fire protection. I believe he also does some things with NICET too, like prep or whatever. So
But just like not web, we are not website people. You guys are lucky that we
no,
have this going right now.
yeah, yeah. And then it's cool that there's a website designer that is in the industry, so we can use him, instead of someone that doesn't care.
How about Brian's camera though, eh?
4K. Yeah.
4K. Yeah, I mean it's 4K.
So,
It's 4K for you, but then it translates to me, and when I get it through Zoom, it dumps it down to 1080, and then we're uploading in 1080. So it's
but
dumbed
it
down.
looks good though.
So it's buffered down 1080 that we're uploading, and so it would look
I
better if
hear what
you
you're
use it in
saying,
1080.
but I also disagree.
It looks better than your webcam because your webcam is a 1080 that's then getting dumbed
So
down.
the whole point of this camera, like I mean, yeah, you could take like still shots of it, which is cool, but the whole point is blue collar broadcasting. Because
Yep.
we did that with
Are you getting upset?
no, no,
Okay.
no.
All right. You started getting loud.
Oh, well, with Katie and her dad,
Oh,
right? We
Big
did the
Country
blue
can
collar
design our
broadcasting.
MySpace.
I could design it. Oh, I had one hell of a mind space, dude. I
I
got
did
into
too.
the code,
With all the
changed.
codes and everything.
Yeah.
Oh man.
It took like an hour to load, but it was awesome.
MySpace was good. I read a thing about that guy. He sold the website, made like a certain however many millions, disappeared. Disappeared, completely went out of limelight, just went
Shout out to
fishing.
Russ.
Boom, shout out to Russ with the sickest stickers. It does your camera does look sick. And the blue collar broadcasting it will be dope.
So the point, the whole point is I felt like and I think we both felt like the video was not awesome.
No, it's not. Well, because that's the travel webcam that I've been
Yeah,
traveling
yeah.
with.
Well, now we
This is
have
a
a
2K.
DSLR.
This is a 2K, but even that it's only it only translates in 1K, especially once we stream it. If we were going if we were doing a live, if we were doing a recording in 2K, we could upload it to YouTube in 2K, but you can't stream live in 2K. We're not that. We're not on that level yet. So
All right,
even though you got the sick
Mr.
camera,
Sagi, obviously he's one of Landon's friends in high school. We are hiring. Now let's see. So there's plenty of avenues that you can go on. So
everyone's
you can be
hiring.
an installer, which which mainly Bobby has been an installer his entire career, currently is also taking on national management roles. It's a big position. I was an inspector for about a decade, did some service, did some new construction, but like not enough to really say I was like deep into that. Um, and then I guess it was like, I don't know, like 15, I guess 3 years under the table for summer. I was fitting, and then I went to go and fit for about 6 to 8 months before I got my certification. So then I went into inspections for about a decade. So you can do inspections. I love inspections. You're going into all the different buildings all around Georgia or wherever you decide to be, and you get to inspect it, make sure that it's up to code, which I thought and still do think is the coolest job ever. Like
I
it's
want
so
to
much
take
fun.
I want to take Soggy and put him in a safety harness and bring him up 55 feet in a scissor lift, a rough terrain scissor lift. We're gonna go up. It'll be a 55 footer. Maybe we won't go quite 55 feet, but we're gonna go as high as we can, and we're gonna just drive around and have a conversation. We're gonna see how long. And if you can withstand that, you're hired.
You just have to just remind yourself like you're safe. Everything's gonna be okay.
If it doesn't flip over, you're good to go. Yeah, as long as it doesn't flip over, you're safe.
Have y'all had any like questionable lifts?
Questionable people on driving lifts,
No,
maybe.
no, no, like lifts where like it didn't go well.
So just recently, the standard has changed to where the height of which you could drive, and um, that's really a pain in the ass. Wicked pain.
Oh, so you had to
My
bring it down
my
even lower?
my entire career, you could go up as high as you could with a scissor lift and just drive that bad boy as long as you were level, and it was up to you
Well,
to
when I
not
was
drive.
on them, that's what I would do.
It was up to you not to drive into a hole or drive over a board or run
Right.
somebody over. You'd just be up there. You'd bring, if you got a branch line of light wall pipe, it's got 10, 15 pieces. You bring it all up there with you, and you just drive and you bang that whole line and hangers, the whole nine. But now a lot of the lifts are requiring these outriggers over 40, and all the jobs are like 45 and 50. So you got to get these. You got to get in. And everybody knows, anyone who's been on a lift knows how hard it is to get it just in the perfect position when you're 45 feet under it, and then you got to put all your outriggers down, and then go all the way the f up one piece to come all the way down. So then on those, so that we just everybody's on a boom lift now. Everybody ends up on a boom lift because you could just go up with three, four, five pieces and
The boom's
just
where it
swing
is, yeah.
around. And whatever height the building is, you just get it like
But
20
see,
feet taller, and they get the reach.
I was never a fan of a scissor lift. I always liked the boom better.
I like them both. It depends on the application. A lot of guys want to do the main on the scissor lift. The scissor lift will always lift more.
Yeah, it lifts more and then you have more room.
Put a table up there, get the
Because
cooler
the boom
going,
is a
get a
little basket.
radio, get a
It's
light.
not too big.
The thing is huge, dude.
But your baskets
A scissor
on the
lift,
boom?
a rough
Oh no,
terrain
the
scissor
scissor
lift,
lift's huge.
a
Yeah, it's
rough terrain
massive.
scissor lift. You could literally get a table, a light, like the cooler, a
Yeah, you can
cart.
move
You could
in.
have everything. Have your whole station. Have your whole station up there. Easy money. 20 feet? What's up, Daryl? You get queasy at 20 feet? Sounds like an inspector. Favorite? Favor. The genie? Nope. Nope. My lift guy knows we're not taking him off the truck.
And Mr. Saga, you can also
Just
get
kidding.
into
We get a
like
lot. We get a lot of
design.
genies. A lot of rough terrain genies.
Get in to design and design fire sprinkler systems. There's just so many avenues, man. Send us an email on dopeandtape dot at gmail.com and let's connect.
What's the RGM 840? Is that the big one I got?
I believe, yeah. So I believe the 440 is the smaller one, but I think the 840 is the bigger one. That's the big boy. 1 to 12, any schedule you want. Like does everything, but
Looks like a puppy dog.
it's heavy. That's the heavy one.
Yeah,
That's
you
like
you're
50
you're not like
pounds.
yeah you're not like bringing it somewhere. It's at the shop.
Yeah, like fire systems over here in in Smyrna, Georgia, close to me, they had to do some in-air grooving just because of space on a I think it was like a 10-inch piece of pipe. Ah,
Is that the
that's the floor
840?
model. Yeah, you got that at the shop?
Yeah. Don't fuck around. My boy Daryl hooked it up. Why won't it focus?
Because you don't have the camera I got.
Oh, fuck you. It looks like a little puppy dog. Why won't it focus? There it is. Oh, there it is.
There you go.
Oh, yeah, buddy. I call my boy Daryl. He sends it right out. Yeah, that's at the shop. We be grooving shit. And it has like that little. It has like that little wheel. That little. It has like that little wheel for the new guy to know, like, hey, you're fucking it
Yeah.
up. You're fucking it up if you go past this little wheel spot.
Is yours gray or does it have like a red piece on it?
I just showed you.
Yeah, I missed that part. Take a look.
What do you mean is it gray? I got a yellow pedal. It's got a orange shield. It's the big
The
dog.
orange shield, this is the big one. It's the
It's
1240.
it's the big dog. Oh yeah.
RGE age. I'm not a big fan of the new names, but here we go.
The
1240.
the name has to be catchy. You should call this thing like the puppy dog, or just like if you want to, you can name something after me. That'd be pretty cool. Tell Jim, he'd be down with it, and Russ. Like just say like we could name a tool after me, and everyone would remember the name of it forever. But the GGLRGG, you're never gonna remember.
Yeah, I agree. Like, I
Puppy.
mean,
It,
I still had to go and like look
it
them
looks
all
like a
up.
little puppy dog, doesn't it? It's a
Yeah,
unicorn. It looks like a unicorn.
it looks like one of those robots, you
Dude,
know?
it looks like a unicorn with a little spike on its head. Come on. I'm calling Russ after the show.
He's in Nicaragua till like Thursday, I think.
What time is it there?
It's about the close the same. It
No, it's
might
like
no,
it's
it's
12
I think
hours
it's
it's
one
12
hour
hours
behind.
behind. 12 hours behind? It's like
Yeah. Hey Siri,
pina coladas on the beach. They're
what
surfing.
what time is it in Nicaragua? 7:31.
Oh, we can't hear Siri?
Huh?
I don't know. I was expecting to hear her. We couldn't hear her.
No, I have it on do not disturb because I'm a professional.
Oh, I wonder what voice you got on her. I think I talked to my Daryl. The way he spells favorite has got me. Well, the Arco guy doesn't even know his products. 1 to 8 inch schedule 40 and 10 to 12 schedule 10. Hell yeah. He said something like that. He got it pretty close. But you called it the what did he call it? RGM 840.
Yeah, the 840 is bigger than no, a little smaller than yours. It's basically the what is it, the 440?
We got the big one. That's the hydraulic. The 8. Oh, he's got the 840 in air. Okay. We just got a
Yeah,
G2X.
that's the
Another
heavy duty.
G2X.
84 RGM 840.
The boys broke the 915 and I was in a pinch and I was out there to do some work and I was without a groover. And so I hit up my boy Daryl.
I really
Yo,
now
G2X
I'm
in
not just saying this because I work here, but
24 hours.
I'm honest, but like I really feel like the groove Argo Groovers are the best. It gives you everything. Then you have a kit, you have the socket, you have the ratchet, you have the roll sets all in the one kit, and it's $1,000. If you don't do that with like a competitor, you don't have to buy another roll set, and it ends up like 2 grand,
Oh, the
like double the
1240.
cost.
Yeah, it is for an all-in-one. Like if you were just like if you could only buy one, I would go with that one for sure.
The most popular is the RGM 440, which is kind of like the lightweight in-air groover. It still does 1 to 12, but it only does 10-inch up to no, schedule 10 up to like I think 8 up to 6. And then 8 to 12 schedule 40. But the big boy, the 840, the heavy duty, it does whatever you want it to do. You know, whatever schedule, anything.
The big girl.
What about you? Have you came up with any like problems in the field or anything like that that you had to figure out? And
Yeah, just fixing shit.
have you done any more cars
I
on
know what
there?
to look for. I'm pretty good at warehouses now. You
Yeah,
know,
by this point,
like
right?
in the very very beginning of my career, I got a taste of warehouses with my old man, and then like
You
I did a Walmart ground up with him. We did a couple Lowe's back in the
now
day.
you've been in there for with NAPCO for like what, a year now, right?
Yeah, I just had a year.
Yeah, I think I'm just close to a year with Arco too.
You know, big projects,
Yeah, I mean like twin diesel
big
pumps.
big
That's cool.
projects. Yeah, the branch lines I've always done were, you know, inch and a half. You always had an inch and a half line, or sometimes 2 inch. Everything's a little bit different because I always did threaded 2 inch and down. I'd be in the hospital. Anything 2 inch and down would have to be threaded, and it would break itself down like an old calculated system. It would be 2 inch and it would break down to inch and a half, and you would be wrenching it all, and you have to have a whole different mindset when you're actually wrenching the pipe in.
What's the lowest that the Richie will go? The
The
their
what?
road groover. Isn't it 2.5?
Say again?
The rigid groover, the in air, the lightweight one.
The 975 or the 915?
Either one. The lowest it goes is what, 2.5?
No, you could do inch and a quarter with a 975, but you could get it. But 50% of people will get it stuck.
Yeah, I've heard that.
If you get it, if and the people who get it stuck are the people who make their grooves too deep.
Too deep?
Yeah. So
Do you still use the groove tape?
if you if no if you can give a guy an inch and a quarter and he can groove it on a 975 and it doesn't get stuck, he knows how to make a groove. If it gets stuck, you just lost an hour.
Yeah.
It's such a pain in the ass to get it off of there.
Well, you don't have to worry about that with the Arco groover. But I also haven't seen, like Victaulic came out with the 1 inch coupling head, the ESFR. I haven't
That's a
seen,
special groover that goes right onto your it's like a carriage type groover. It grooves from the opposite way of all the rest, where it slides over the bars. It it it, it comes down like a threading carriage, if you would, and you put the pipe in it, and you slide the pipe over it, and it makes this perfect little groove. It only is for that specific coupling.
do you have to use that? Like, is that in their spec as a company? Do you know? Because that's a lot.
The groover,
Like, oh, I gotta buy these couplings. Oh, I gotta
you
buy the
can't.
machine.
Well, you don't necessarily have to make those grooves. Like a lot of, you're getting the groove welded onto the lines, and
Right.
you're using that particular flex hose and those particular heads. So if you have a good designer and a good install crew, you shouldn't have to groove anything. That's what the people in the office are going to say.
Mm.
But if you do have to groove something, you have to use it has to be that particular groove, or you got to use different fittings.
So that's their version of a sprinkler head wrench for that groove.
Like when we had problems on
Okay.
those jobs, we would just make a thread, and then we would just pipe it. So instead of we would cut off that little groove, that funny little groove, and we would just thread it, and I'd throw on a coupling, and I would just use universal shit, you know?
Yeah. Oh, something I saw at recently, I saw that Victaulic, speaking of Victaulic, they changed the way that they did their low pressure systems. Like they took out the Jesus, I gotta their accelerator. So there's no longer an accelerator on there, which I had a problem, man. That was like a super late night in a high rise. Shout out to Wayne Huxtable who came and and just was there with me through those long hours. And we stayed. I ordered pizza to the people that were working there was pissed because they had to stay too. But it was there was a stairwell and a parking deck in the high rise, and each level had what was it, two or three because it was a huge parking deck, Victaulic low pressure valves, and that's when it did have the accelerator, and it was a while ago. I don't remember how many. I mean, maybe like 6, 7 years ago by this
You got to
point.
take the plug out and clear the accelerator out, which nobody
Yeah, yeah, I
does.
did all that. I think it's a fluctuation of pressure from right before that it was like I don't know 4 feet away. So 2 feet of pipe, a 90, 2 feet of pipe, master pressure reducing valve. And I think the fluctuation from the master pressure reducing valve made those things trip like crazy.
Master.
So
Yes,
I'm
master.
I'm
Oh,
I'm
I've
glad
done that.
they like listened and adapted and I hope it's better now.
Yes, that's the trick, dopest. Yep, you could. I also have the grooved wheel. You take the cutting wheel off, and there's a little wheel you put on instead of the cutting wheel, and it's a little groove wheel. Arco sells them.
Yeah,
I got you, big dog.
I appreciate it.
I have a couple of the trucks have a couple of them. I forget exactly who, but you line it up perfectly, and you can make a little groove with the cutting wheel.
That's cool. I haven't seen
Yeah,
that. I
they
know
have
we
elect.
sell them, but I haven't seen it like
I was
in
just
action.
about. I didn't want to cut him off, Narcy. Gnarcy? Gnarly? Gnarcy. Um, our friends over at Tyco came out with an electronic accelerator, and that thing just screws right on. It's got a couple buttons on it. The thing is awesome, dude. Out of this, it's awesome. It's so much better than what we're used to.
I think
Shout
we
shout
gotta
out
get
to
with
them.
Casey, but I think like Tyco, I think they have electronic accelerator.
Yo, are your ears on?
Yeah.
That's what I just said.
Oh, that's what you're talking about?
Yeah.
No, I was thinking while you were speaking, so I
Holy
guess
shit. Yeah, no,
I thought you were talking about something else.
Tyco has an electronic accelerator that we use. We use on our dry systems.
How is it? Because I've never seen it before except for when we went to the
It's
lab.
excellent. You just go
How install like it just goes into the low pressure, low
install
voltage.
and to set up. So that's the thing about an install, guys. Like to get that to be all done with it, I have to inspect it and set it up. You know, you got to trip it and reset it up and test everything. So I get to do a little bit of an inspection job at the end of it, at the end of every job. So you get good at that shit. But instead of having to pull the plug and all that bullshit with the regular old accelerators, you literally just press a button, reset. When you're working on it, you just it has a toggle switch when you want it to be an alarm, and it has a toggle switch when you have off. You're like working on it, so it stops beeping. Then you hit the reset button, flip that baby on, and she's just ready. It has lights on it to tell you if it's happy. The batteries, there was a special way to. I had to put the batteries in a special orientation to get those. It barely fit. They barely fit. I don't. Maybe we can talk. We can talk to them about that. We need a little more space or something.
Yeah.
You gotta. You
Did
gotta.
you see? So the NFPA magazine came out. Well, it arrived at my house
Was I
like
in it? Am I in it?
last week. I don't think you were nowhere
Dang
even
it!
close, not even mentioned,
Why would
you
you get
know?
me excited like that?
What I want to get you excited about is they finally did the first commercial install of the vapor shield from General Air. So talking about innovation and stuff, that's cool.
It's the first. What do you mean first? People have been using it forever.
It's not what the article says.
People haven't been using it forever.
I'm not gonna get the magazine. Speak like you told me to.
People I feel been installing Vapor Shield all around. It's already been in use for years, and I would Google it if you didn't just give me the hot seat. But maybe some of our 12 fine friends here could to let us know. I'm pretty sure Vapor Shield is in use all around. They're tricking you up with that word commercial. They're doing something there.
Yeah. Well, I could
What
be
up?
wrong.
Hope
That's why I
everyone's
got the
having a
book.
blessed and awesome week. What up, Juan? Thank you. You too. Appreciate you. Hit the like button. Everybody, hit the like button. Thank you so much. We're
I do
back.
really like the NFSA magazine.
1.47. Come on. Yo, we're almost there. That's pretty cool.
Dude, 1.74, right?
No, 1.47. And thank you so much.
I
We're
do
back.
really like the NFA magazine.
You love it?
Oh, they have hey, they have the celebration of 40 years Blaze Master anniversary event. Guess what? You're not there.
I was there. I
Yeah, but
posted
you're not
videos
in
of it.
any of the pictures, so
Yeah, I wish we could see how many eyes see that page versus how many eyes have already seen the videos of us that being there.
oh the video like blew up.
Some of them videos popped off, dude.
Yeah.
The power of social media, it's powerful. Some people realize it. A lot of more people are realizing it as we've been progressing, but there's still a lot of people that don't realize the power of social media and what, a couple million views can bring.
Yeah, it's big.
They have a new model that came out. I saw at the AFSA trade show here in Cali. It replaces nitrogen systems because it constantly dries the system. It's essentially a dehumidifier for the whole system. Is that the dry air pack? Because you talking about a dry air pack, Narcy? What's up with the subscribe button? Can we get a couple subscribers? Anybody not subscribed? Take you like 2 seconds to make a YouTube account so you could actually subscribe. I think the Vapor Shield is it's essentially the air is just filling through
Yeah,
these three cartridges.
a less expensive, more effective corrosion mitigation solution for dry pipe and pre-action fire sprinkler systems.
That's
So
that's all you
system
got.
full system protection with purge 10 days, without purge 21 days. Tested and proven. So yeah, the air will go through these cylinders and really it makes it where the vapor will attach to the piping, like all inside the inside wall, like a magnet, essentially. Like it attaches itself and then it creates a barrier. So that's what the vapor shield's doing, which is
It
super
it
cool.
creates a barrier between the moisture that's going to adhere to that metal and make it rot and rust. It puts a little shield in between.
Yeah, they have a full article on it in
We have
the
videos of that on our YouTube.
October.
If you go to the video category and you go down a little bit, or you go to the shorts, we have a lot of videos. We've toured these places, and maybe we should do some refresher videos of
Yeah,
our trips. We've been to the Blaze Master 40th anniversary was pretty cool. Even though we didn't
that
get to
was cool.
videotape the really cool stuff, we get to see the inside of the factory, and we get to see how the pellets and everything gets melted and formed into fittings and pipe, and the pipe is just continuous. It just keeps coming out. It just keeps coming out, and they're cutting it, and it just
They create it from pellets. Like they melt it down and then it bonds together from pellets.
it's crazy.
Really cool.
Huge facility.
But the
And
R&D too of it was super extensive.
and then even at General Air, the R&D at General Air, I love that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
We got to go in the special room. We're probably not allowed to talk about. But touring that whole place was pretty cool, and the guys over there were very welcoming. And if you ever go to General Air, where's that? That's in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, Pennsylvania.
You'll see a bunch of stickers, dope and
We
tape
were there
stickers,
for a
Bobby
little
stickers.
over 24 hours.
Yep, we flew in for the March Madness event last year.
Yeah.
Our rep that does our training always bring the pellets for a show and tell. Y'all should do best of dope and tape to recap the best episodes. Um, which ones are the best episodes? I think that some of the best episodes are where Brian really just backs himself into a corner and I'm just like beating him up the whole time, like with the Jeopardy music, or there's been some ones where they're probably not going to be his favorite is the thing.
Well, they're
From
definitely not my favorite. No.
they're gonna, there's some episodes that I've taken recordings of and I've made him a DJ. He's a DJ on my Instagram where I got him like skipping around and I have him like in a DJ booth. It took me out.
Yeah, over
It took
these
me
two
like
years, we've
hours to
definitely
edit.
grown, huh?
Oh yeah, for sure.
In this,
One day I just spent
definitely
like
from the
three.
beginning,
I
man.
spent like 3 hours editing that video. I photoshopped you out of a video, and you were explaining something using your hand, and I'm like, oh, he looks like a DJ right there, and I like stole it and came out sick. It was a sick video.
That's a sick video. Yeah, I think it's on my Instagram too.
Bobby Brain. Steve, what up, Steve? It was used in shipping containers and then rebranded approved for fire sprinklers. You guys should try and get some like John John Earnhardt. I believe he's the VP of AFSA. That's a phone call away. Don't make me get on LinkedIn.
Hey, let's give away a fire tech course.
Juan, yes, we are going to NFPA. We go to NFPA. You can always count us to be at NFPA and AFSA. They were shipping raw steel at sea and it would come back with no rust using the product. Oh,
Oh,
Steve's talking
sick.
about vapor shields. It was used in shipping containers and then rebranded and approved for fire sprinklers. They were sh they were shipping raw steel at sea and it would come back with no rust using the product. Damn,
Whoa.
Steve.
So I
Long
guess they didn't have a good enough patent on it originally before
long
it
time
became
no
common.
talk, and Steve just comes
Bad.
in with facts.
Dude, fire.
What's up, brother? I talked to him recently in the DMs. It's busy. Everybody's busy. Everybody that wants to be busy is busy, I think. I don't know. I know we're busy.
Let's give away a fire tech course.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a question.
Really? You know the
Yeah,
answer?
yeah. According to Chad, how far away does a fire hydrant have to be from a building?
Oh, geez. That's going to be quick.
Yeah, because some of
Florencio's
the
not
people
allowed.
who were Florencio is not allowed. Yeah, he's got to use his first what 5 courses.
Oh, that's awesome, Juan. I'll make sure to give you a big wad of stickers. Just remind me. Make sure you come up and say hi. Anybody that sees me, just come up and say hi. Everywhere I go, people are staring, so I'm not going to say hi. Some people weren't here for that. 75 radius. I don't think that was it. I think I remember this answer.
No, according to Chad,
Dirk
1,000 feet.
Cobain, 1,000 feet.
Has he won yet?
I don't believe so. I honestly forget who that actually is. Dirk Cobain. Dirk Cobain. That's
He's
that name fucks me up every time. Hit me up in
hey,
DMs.
yeah, yeah.
Hit
Get with Bobby in the
easy
DMs,
money.
or
Hit me
or
up
you
on
can send
Instagram
us
and
an
in
email
my
at dopeandtape
DMs.
at gmail.
Dirt, dirt, dirt. What up, Paul? Thank you for participating. Appreciate you guys. Tuesday, that was 50 minutes. We were like, we don't even know.
Yeah, dude, we didn't think we would be able to do this. You know, normally, like last in the past, when we would try to do this, it would be pretty bad. You know,
Yeah. Yeah, you couldn't even talk. Even when I was here, you couldn't talk. Now we figured out you just can't talk when I'm not here.
but I'm excited for the website.
Very
And
excited for the website and
yeah,
props to Brian because I was like, dude, I don't want to take that on. Like we're both. Oh, it's Aldo. Aldo, what up? Dirk Cobain throws me off, man. That name every time.
come on, kid.
That's one of my guys.
Okay, cool.
Let's go.
Yeah, I got that when it said NAFCO.
Yeah,
Yeah, good job there.
Aldo. Hell yeah. All right, so everybody, thank you for joining. Thank you for
Thank you
watching.
guys.
Hit the like
We are
button.
going live on Thursday
We're going
with a
live.
guest.
Yes, with a guest. Do you know which
Normal,
guest?
normal
Do
show.
we know which guest it is?
I don't know. Next week we'll have a blue collar broadcast and hopefully with a couple of people.
With Brian's fancy camera.
Yeah,
It's
with
gonna
the
be
new
in.
camera.
We're gonna upload it in 10K. You guys are gonna see.
3,000K. It's gonna be amazing.
It's gonna be cool. We're going down to. Also, I got to break away from that meeting. I got a lunch with Donald and Melania
There you go.
on the
Tell
golf
her I said
course.
hello.
You know,
Yeah, tell her I said
we're
hi.
going down to Miami for committee meetings,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
public
Which I think
education, and
majority of
next
people
gen.
are just gonna go play golf.
And I don't do golf.
Yeah, I mean, I like the driving range. I'm just not the biggest fan of playing golf.
We should
I'll
rent
do
a.
top golf.
We should rent. We should see how much it's going to cost to rent a Shelby GT500, and then how much it costs for a set of tires for that Shelby GT500. We'll just rent
Well,
it.
you can rent them. So, who is it? Hertz has GT 500s. They
Yeah,
have them at Miami Airport too.
Rent it for 24 hours, absolutely demolish the tires off it, and then just like pull up to a Goodyear and be like, yo, just let's put some new skins on that, and then rip those babies like halfway too. Google it. Everybody, thank you so much for watching. Appreciate all your participation. We need a
So it's
wet
a
t-shirt flow test with a bunch of dudes. High
Mustang
vis.
Shelby GT 500H, and the H is for Hertz. It's a Hertz GT 500.
Is it a 6 speed?
Let's see
I'll
here.
pack my sick camera mount, kid. We'll get some views in that. Rent a car, videotape the whole rental process, and then just burn out of there.
Well, I mean, it's a write-off if we film it, so.
Thank you, Flo. Thank you, Flo. Flo, let's catch up. Uh, I know you've been doing descriptions or whatever. So let me know. Let me know what's going on.
5.2 liter Predator
Oh,
V8,
ooh. Now you're talking to me. How much? So how much is it? And how much? Maybe you want two. I don't.
900 horsepower. I don't know. I gotta look into this because it just tells me about the car, but I want to freaking rent it.
I want to rent two of them. I'm not riding with you. If we're gonna fuck it up, let's really fuck it up. Let's get two of these bad boys. We got to do one of those things where we both take over the red light. We're just.
We could do that,
I can do it. Are you gonna be able to not smash into me?
or we can rent a Lambo.
No, no, no. I'm not a Lambo